There is a moment in life when everything begins to shift. Not because you tried harder, not because you finally figured out the right formula, but because you became ready to receive. That moment is now, chosen one. What I am about to tell you will reach straight into your chest. It is truth that has been waiting for you, and if you are here right now, it is not by accident. Heaven arranged this moment. You were led here. I need you to receive this with a heart that is open, because God is bringing you into a turning point. A shift so clear, so holy, that it is going to change the way you see money, work, and provision forever. You have been pushing, grinding, applying, interviewing, starting over, trying again. You have been carrying the quiet weight of what if nothing changes, late nights with no answers, early mornings with the same fear, the kind of tired that sleep does not fix, and you kept going anyway. You got up when you did not want to. You stayed faithful when nothing moved. You kept the fear quiet enough to function, and God has seen every single moment of it. The scripture says, "You have kept count of my tossings. Put my tears in your bottle. Are they not in your book?" That is from Psalm 56 verse 8. Not one sleepless night was wasted. Not one prayer went unheard. God has been recording the whole story. Not just the parts people saw. Every hidden struggle, every private act of faith. Every morning you chose to keep moving when you had every reason to stop. And here is what God is saying to you now. The season of straining is ending. Not because you earned it through suffering, not because you finally proved yourself by enduring enough pain, but because His timing has arrived. And His timing is always exact. There is a difference between diligence and depletion. There is a difference between purpose and punishment. You were called to carry a load. Yes, but you were never called to carry it forever without relief. God is not telling you to stop moving. He is telling you to stop carrying the weight alone. Before we go any deeper, I want you to do 3 things right now. Tap the like button on this video. Leave a comment with the number 99. And if Chosen Pathfinders has been a place where God has spoken to your heart, subscribe and help us reach 20,000 in this community. Every person who subscribes is saying, "I want more of this, more truth, more peace, more of what God is speaking." So do those 3 things now, and then stay with me. Because what comes next is the part that will shift how you see everything. If you are truly chosen, you will stay until the end, because something in you already knows this message is for you. Some people will not finish, but if you do, you will not leave the same. Now hear this: the chase is ending. The cycle of scrambling is breaking. The door you have been knocking on is not the only door. God is not waiting for someone else to approve your blessing. He does not need a committee to release what He has already prepared for you. The word says, "Not by might, nor by power, but by my Spirit, says the Lord of hosts." That is from Zechariah, chapter 4, verse 6. What you could not force through effort, God can unlock with a single breath of favor. You have been measuring your future by what the market offers, by what a system is willing to pay, by what a hiring manager decides on a Tuesday afternoon. Stop measuring there. Your source is not a system. Your source is the one who created every system, and He can rewrite the outcome in a moment. You are not about to be rescued by a job. You are about to be carried by provision. And provision does not always come through the door you have been watching. Sometimes it comes through a door you did not even know existed. Sometimes it comes through a conversation that had nothing to do with your job search. Sometimes it comes through a skill you overlooked. Sometimes it comes through a gift you were given years ago that you never fully valued. Provision moves through unexpected channels, partnerships, creative gifts, ideas that surface in the shower, connections that arrive at exactly the right moment, contracts, promotions, opportunities that feel too specific to be coincidence. Provision is not always a salary. Provision is a door that opens at the exact second you are ready to give up. Provision is an opportunity that arrives with perfect timing. Provision is a yes that no one can explain. Provision is your name being spoken in rooms you never entered. Provision is unexpected. It is specific, and it carries peace, not panic. I want to tell you about someone. She had done everything right. Good skills, a strong resume, a willing spirit. She had applied, followed up, adjusted her approach, and tried again. Month after month, nothing. One evening she sat in her kitchen and did not pray with words. She just got quiet and said from somewhere deep inside, "I cannot carry this anymore. I am letting it go." She did not hear anything back that night. But 3 days later, out of nowhere, someone she had not spoken to in 2 years sent her a message, a genuine connection, an opportunity she had not even thought to look for. Not because she forced it, because she finally released it. That is what God is preparing for you. Not a result you manufactured, a result He orchestrated. And here is something that matters. The shift she experienced did not come because she figured out the right strategy. It came because she stopped white-knuckling the outcome. Surrender is not weakness. Surrender is the moment you stop blocking what God was already moving toward you. So many chosen ones have been gripping so tightly, gripping their plan, their timeline, their idea of what the answer is supposed to look like. And God is gently, firmly saying, "Open your hands, because you cannot receive with a fist." Now let us talk about rest, because rest is where many chosen people get stuck. They have been shaped by survival, by proving their worth through exhaustion, by the belief that stopping even for a moment means falling behind. And God is saying, enough. The word says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." That is from Matthew, chapter 11, verse 28. That is not poetry. That is a direct invitation with real power behind it. Rest is one of the most countercultural things a chosen person can choose, because the world says if you are not grinding, you are falling behind. But God's economy works differently. In His economy, rest is an act of trust. Rest is how you demonstrate that you actually believe He is in control. When you rest, you are saying, "I do not have to solve this tonight. I do not have to figure out every step. I trust the one who can see what I cannot see." There is lazy rest. There is careless rest. And then there is holy rest. Holy rest is not giving up. Holy rest is trusting that the weight you have been carrying was never meant to be carried alone. It says, "I will be faithful, but I will not be frantic." It says, "I will move, but I will not spiral. I will obey, but I will not fear." You have had nights where you stared at the ceiling doing math in your head, stretching what you have, wondering if you are falling behind, wondering if the gap is getting wider. You have sent messages that never got a reply. You have watched other people rise while you stayed still. And sometimes, quietly, in a moment no one else saw, you ask God, "Did you forget about me?" He did not. God does not forget His children. And because you are not forgotten, He is stepping in, not to shame you, not to punish you, but to position you. The walls you could not climb are about to change. The no that kept repeating is about to break. The word says, "Behold, I have set before you an open door, which no one is able to shut." That is from Revelation. Chapter 3, verse 8. When God opens a door, it does not require your begging. It requires your readiness. And readiness is exactly what this season has been building in you. You thought you were just surviving. Heaven was training you. You thought you were just delayed. God was developing your discernment. You thought you were being tested without purpose. God was strengthening your backbone. Think about what fire does to metal. It does not destroy it. It removes what cannot hold up under pressure. It removes the impurities. What comes out of the fire is not weaker, it is stronger, it is more refined, it is ready for what it could not have handled before. That is what this season has been doing in you, refining you, removing what would have corrupted the blessing, building the kind of character that can carry increase without being crushed by it. Because abundance without maturity breaks people, increase without wisdom costs people everything. A sudden overflow in the hands of someone who has not been forged can become its own kind of destruction. But you have been forged. That is why God can trust you with more. Now I need to say something about what you see around you, other people's success, other people's ease, other people rising while you are still waiting. This is not evidence that you are behind. This is evidence that doors exist. This is proof that blessing is real. This is confirmation that God still elevates people. And if God is letting you witness it, it is often because He is preparing you to step into something similar. Different seasons carry different assignments. Some people rise fast because their test was private and deep. Some people rise slower because God is building something that must last. You are not being punished by time. You are being prepared by it. Now hear this with your whole spirit. God owns the resources, all of them. He is not borrowing wealth. He is not hoping the economy cooperates. He is not limited by inflation, by hiring managers, by trends, by any of it. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness of it. Not shortage, not scarcity, fullness. Provision is not scarce in heaven. The only variable is timing and alignment, and God is aligning you right now. This is why you have felt strange shifts inside lately, a new intolerance for smallness, a new discomfort in environments you used to accept without question, a new hunger for something more real, more purposeful, more like what you were actually made for. That is not you being difficult. That is you outgrowing the old container. God is preparing you for a different kind of flow, and when the flow comes, it will not feel like you are chasing it. The word says, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life." That is from Psalm 23, verse 6. Follow, not you chasing them. That is the reversal. That is what God is releasing over your life right now. Picture it like a river, not a trickle, not a drip. A river, steady, clean, unstoppable. You did not create the river. You did not force it. You simply stepped into the place where it flows. That is what alignment looks like. And alignment is not complicated. Alignment is not a formula you calculate. Alignment is obedience. It is saying yes to the quiet promptings. It is following the pull even when you cannot explain it. It is releasing what God keeps asking you to let go of. It is staying in the room where peace lives, even when anxiety is knocking at the door. It is choosing trust, one moment at a time, until the river finds you where you are standing. And God has been bringing you to that place step by step, even through the confusion, even through the seasons you could not explain. Some of the closed doors were not failures. They were protection. Some of the no answers were mercy. Some of the delays were divine detours that kept you away from places that would have cost you more than they gave. And God gives you power to produce wealth, not just wish for it, not just pray for it and wait passively. He builds capacity inside you. He gives skill, strategy, favor, wisdom, timing, connections. Ideas that arrive at the right moment, creative solutions that seem to come from nowhere. You are not just about to receive money, you are about to receive ability. You are about to receive a direction that feels almost too clear to be coincidence. This is why your mind has been stretching lately, why certain ideas keep returning to you, why you feel pulled towards specific things you cannot fully explain. Do not dismiss that. God often answers prayers with instructions, and when you follow the instructions, provision follows you. But stay alert to this one thing. The enemy does not always attack with fear. Sometimes he distracts with comparison. He tries to make you bitter at other people's blessings. He wants that bitterness to close your hands and cloud your vision. Do not fall for it. Celebrate what you see, because it is evidence of possibility. Your celebration keeps your heart clean, and a clean heart is a safe place for increase. Now let us talk about what you must release in this season. The limiting stories, the scarcity thinking, the belief that you must suffer to deserve good things, the quiet agreement that struggle is just your portion. God can bless you without breaking you. God can elevate you without humiliating you. God can increase you without destroying your peace. He wants your whole life to flourish, not just your Sunday life, not just your spiritual life, all of it. He wants you to sleep well. He wants your mind to be quiet. He wants your body to be strong. He wants your relationships to be whole. He wants your work to carry meaning. He wants you to wake up in the morning and feel something you may have forgotten is possible. A sense that you belong in the life you are living. So when God says no more, He is not just talking about jobs. He is talking about cycles. The cycle of panic every time the bills are due. The cycle of barely enough, month after month. The cycle of being overqualified and still overlooked. He is cutting those chains. Now I am going to speak directly to the part of you that is afraid to hope again, the part that has been disappointed enough times to protect itself by staying cautious, the part that says, I have heard things like this before, the part that wants to believe but is not sure it can afford to. I want to acknowledge something: disappointment is real. Waiting is painful. The gap between what you hoped for and what you have right now is not nothing. You are not weak for feeling the weight of it. You are not failing for struggling to hold on to hope. But here is the difference between the hope that comes from God and the hope you manufacture on your own. The hope you generate by willpower is fragile. It depends on circumstances. When circumstances are hard, that hope fades. But the hope that comes from a promise God made does not depend on circumstances. It depends on the one who made it, and He does not change. I understand, and I am not dismissing what you have been through. But God does not lie. If He spoke it, it stands. Even if the timing stretched you, even if the path confused you, even when nothing visible was moving. The timing is shifting. Right now, some of you are about to experience sudden reversals, not because it is random, but because you are stepping into a specific window, an appointment, a divine intersection where your obedience meets God's release. One call changes things. One message changes things. One introduction changes the entire direction of your next decade. And when it comes, it will feel almost unbelievable. The kind of turnaround where you blink and say, "How did this happen so fast?" That is what it looks like when God accelerates. The word says, "I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten." That is from Joel, chapter 2, verse 25. Restoration is not always slow. Sometimes God returns years in a single season. He is that faithful. But here is your responsibility in the middle of it. Stay anchored. Stay humble. Stay grateful. Stay generous. Stay obedient. Abundance is not a license to forget God. It is an invitation to know Him deeper, a chance to live freer, love bigger, serve better, breathe again. So today, make this decision. I will not chase what God is already sending. I will not beg what God already approved. I will not cling to what keeps me small. I will not measure my life by other people's timelines. I will not speak defeat over myself. I will not dishonor my calling by accepting a life that God never wrote for me. And I will not shrink to make other people comfortable with what God is building in me. I will not apologize for expecting God to be who He said He is. Instead, you will stand on the promise. You will move with wisdom. You will listen for instruction. You will prepare for increase. You will clean up your mindset. You will guard your peace. You will be faithful in the small. You will honor God with what you have. You will treat the quiet seasons as sacred ground. You will treat the people around you with generosity, knowing that the way you carry your season says everything about what you are ready to receive. And you will expect Him to multiply it, the Word says. Now to Him who is able to do far more abundantly than all that we ask or think. That is from Ephesians, chapter 3, verse 20. Not just a little more, far more, abundantly, beyond your calculations, beyond your fear, beyond your past. Chosen one, you are not standing at the edge of another disappointing chapter. You are standing at the doorway of a new season. A season where you do not have to prove your worth to receive provision. A season where doors open with less effort and more favor. A season where the grinding stops and the grace speaks louder. A season where the weight lifts. A season where you can finally exhale. A season where you stop asking, "Why is this taking so long?" and start seeing how every single step brought you here. To this moment, to this readiness. A season where the people around you will notice something has changed in you. Not because you announced it, but because peace looks different on a person, because freedom has a glow that striving never produces. The same God who formed the stars has not run out of ways to bless you. The same God who parted the sea has not forgotten your needs. The same God who fed thousands from almost nothing can handle your bills. And the same God who breathed life into dry bones can resurrect your hope. And He is not doing this reluctantly. He is not doing this because you finally convinced Him. He is doing this because it is who He is. He is a God who restores, a God who provides, a God who does not abandon the ones He chose. That means you specifically by name. Let this be the moment you stop calling yourself stuck. Let this be the moment you stop agreeing with lack. Let this be the moment you lift your eyes and say, "Father, I receive your provision, your timing, your peace, because the river is moving, the door is opening, the table is being prepared, and you are walking into it with clean hands and a ready heart." Type 99 in the comments right now. If you are receiving this, and before you go, if this message reached something real in you today, if it stirred your spirit and reminded you that God is still moving, still speaking, still restoring, still writing your story, consider pressing the super thanks button below this video. It is a simple way to say this matters. Every single expression of support helps carry this message further, into the next person sitting in the dark, into the next chosen one who needs to hear exactly what you just heard. Do not let go now. The shift has already started, and chosen one, keep watching, keep believing, and keep your heart steady. Because you are not at the end. You are at the beginning.